Day 2. Not the best coffee in the world, but I need to kickstart this morning. Man, another day means more travel, and supposedly today I'm going to a place that is incredibly beautiful. I've never been there before. It involves leaving Sacramento on a train. We're heading west to Aptos, California. What's up, guys? Yeah. How's it going? Sorry. I'm documenting the whole adventure, so I appreciate it. Ethan, good to meet you. Darren? Sarah? Ethan, high-fiving you. Really appreciate it. Awesome. These guys are my ride to Aptos. This
is the Pimpmobile.
Well, I don't know if I want to get in one of those, but it's beautiful. It's perfect. All right, so we just arrived in Aptos, California, which is a small town on the Monterey Bay, I believe. And it basically butts up right against 10,000 acres of redwood forest. And the camp that we are here to participate in and also show A Decade On at is in the redwoods. So we're heading out to camp now. We just checked in at the Fleet Feet Aptos store and got our t-shirt and our room assignments. Let's go to camp! Cocktail hour. Monte Toyon Camp and Conference Center. Can't wait for that part to make it into the We've just arrived at camp. This is gonna be amazing. Here's what's happening. Over the next couple of days, we're gonna be camping here, running here, enjoying the scenery, enjoying the redwoods, and we get to watch A Decade On tomorrow and party and enjoy trail running in one of the most beautiful places in California. This is gonna be amazing. Here are the redwoods. That's all of them. It's exactly what I'd hoped it'd be. There's bunk beds. I need to continue my run streak, and there's a group going out for a night hike, so I'm going to join them and see if we can't tromp through some mud and enjoy some redwoods. Redwoods! Okay.
I have an iPhone, but I don't know.
Oh, that's awesome!
So, it is 10 p.m. and not a lot happened today. A lot of traveling. Traveled a lot from Sacramento to here. Hour spent on a train and in a car through mountain passes, but I am happy to be in what I actually realized now I'm mispronouncing. Aptos. 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 It's Aptos. Before I get any further into this video, I want to read you a comment from yesterday's Ginger Bits, episode number 1, that caught my eye. This viewer raised a very valid question. I have no clue what this is about. Who's Brian? What is A Decade On? Are you making a documentary about the showing of a documentary? I need more info. I should answer that, shouldn't I? First of all, hi, welcome. You might be new. In fact, we have lots of new viewers here, which I think is fantastic. But let me tell you a little bit about where I am, what I'm doing, what this is all about. I made a documentary called A Decade On that follows the story of a guy named Brian Morrison. In 2006, Brian Morrison ran the Western States 100, an incredibly difficult race in Northern California. He was winning the race, was in first place, kicking major ass, until he rounded the final few 100 meters of the track to finish the race in first place, and he collapsed. He was helped across the finish line by his friends and crew, and unfortunately that gave him a DNF. Didn't finish the race. He didn't get a buckle. He was rushed off to the hospital and thought he had won the race, and didn't find out until the next day he did in fact not win the race because he got a DNF. He tried going back to Western States, tried competing again, but unfortunately the next 3 years problems arose. He was either sick, got sick, or the race was canceled. Now, 10 years later, aka a decade on, Brian returned to Western States in 2016. That's the name of the documentary, that's who Brian Morrison is, and that's what the documentary is about. Now, why am I here? You continue with your valid questions. I wanted to do something different with this documentary. I wanted as many people to see it as possible, so it will be available for everyone to view here soon. But Brian's like an incredibly special guy. He's super nice, very kind, and his story is incredibly inspiring. So we thought it would be really cool for both Brian and I to tour with the movie to as many locations as possible in a short amount of time. Brian owns a Fleet Feet store in Seattle and knows a lot of the Fleet Feet stores across the country, so that's what we're doing. We're touring to different Fleet Feet stores, different trail camps. We're heading to the Southeast next week. We have lots of dates and locations picked out. You can go to fleetfeetseattle.com for all that information if you want to join us at any of the locations. But that's what we're doing. That's who we are. That's why we're doing it. And I hope you guys come and see it. If you don't worry, it will be available to all for free soon. So I hope that answers some of your questions. Now, as to why I'm in Aptos, there's a trail camp here, and there's a lot of amazing people here, and they wanted to show our movie at the camp. And so it was originally supposed to be Brian and I sharing this bunk bed, but unfortunately it's just me because Brian's sick. But tomorrow we get to run, we get to enjoy the company of other like-minded, awesome, kick-ass athletes, and then tomorrow night we're going to show A Decade On to everyone here. So it's pretty cool. Super unique experience. And I'm excited to be here. So that, my friends, should answer most of the questions. If there's still residual questions, don't hesitate to pop them into the comments. Obviously, I'm going to be reading them. Gingerbits episode number 2. Real entertaining, I know. You guys are probably just having a blast right now. Behind the scenes videos will continue over the next couple of weeks. I hope you guys enjoy them. Now I got to get to editing. Literally editing this. And I also got to go pee. So we'll see you guys tomorrow. Gingerbits out.